All right, welcome to The Explainer, the show where we dig into the data that's really driving the headlines.
So this weekend, we've got a massive one. Two of the oldest rivals in the entire league, the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, are facing off. And this isn't just any game. The NFC North crown is literally on the line.
Now, you might remember their last game just a couple of weeks back. It was a close one, yeah, 28-21 to the Packers. But, that final score, it never tells the whole story, does it? So the real question is, what are the advanced stats saying about this rematch?
Okay, let's really get into it, because this is so much more than just another game on the schedule. What we're looking at here is a straight-up battle of football ideologies, a clash of two totally different strategies. And the data, well, it lays it all out in a really fascinating way.
So here's what we're going to do. We'll set the stage for this huge rematch. Then we'll break down that core conflict, efficiency versus opportunism. After that, we'll dive into the key mismatches on the field. And finally, we'll see what the numbers actually predict for the final verdict.
I mean, the context here, it just couldn't be more dramatic. We're talking just 2 weeks ago, the Packers barely edged out the Bears. And now, the entire NFC North lead is at stake, and it's all going down at Soldier Field. You can't write this stuff.
Yet when you strip everything else away, this game really boils down to one single conflict. You've got Green Bay's methodical, super consistent efficiency on one side, and on the other, Chicago's high-risk, kinda chaotic opportunism. And this right here, this slide just perfectly captures those two identities. I mean, look at it. The Packers are all about systematically moving the ball, avoiding mistakes at all costs. The Bears, they're the complete opposite. They thrive on creating those game-changing mistakes. They literally live and die by the big, chaotic play.
Okay, so you see this term EPA a lot. It stands for expected points added. And really all it is, it's just a way to measure how effective an offense is play by play. It cuts through all the noise and just tells you who's consistently putting themselves in a better position to score. That's it.
And this is what's so amazing about the Packers' strength. They aren't just good, they're not just efficient. According to the data, they are the number one, the single most efficient offense in the entire league this year. They just do not waste plays.
But then you have the Bears, and man, they live by the turnover. That plus 17 turnover margin, that's number one in the league. It's built on a staggering 27 takeaways. And you have to understand, that's not just a cool stat. That is their entire philosophy. That's how they win football games.
All right, so let's get into the first key mismatch, because this is where it gets really interesting. You've got the Bears' high-risk, bombs-away passing game, and it is on a direct collision course with one of the best defensive fronts in football.
And look, the analytics here show a huge difference in the trenches. Pro Football Focus, they rank the Packers' defensive line as the 5th best in the entire NFL. And the Bears unit? Yikes, they're way down at the bottom of the league, ranked 29th.
So here's the bottom line. The Bears' whole aggressive strategy, it hinges on their quarterback, Caleb Williams, having time to let those deep plays develop. But here's the kicker. When he's under pressure, his game just falls apart. His completion percentage is cratered to just under 52% over the last 3 games. I mean, that is a terrifying combination to have when you're facing this Packers front.
Okay, now let's flip it and look at the other side of the ball. Because the Packers offense, it almost feels like it was cooked up in a lab specifically to neutralize the Bears' biggest strength.
Just look at the contrast here between the two QBs. It's night and day. In their last game, you had Caleb Williams just chucking it deep, right? An average target depth of almost 13 yards. But Jordan Love? Totally different story. He's using this short, quick, rhythmic passing game. His average target was only 6.9 yards. That low-risk style means the ball isn't hanging in the air forever, which is the exact kryptonite for the Bears' interception-heavy defense.
And remember that 29th ranked D-line for the Bears? Since they can't create much pressure on their own, Jordan Love is going to have all day to just sit back and comfortably pick apart the defense with that low-risk, high-completion game plan. He's not going to be forced into making the kinds of dumb mistakes that the Bears defense absolutely feeds on.
So, okay, when you put these two big mismatches together, the game plan from an analytical view becomes crystal clear. It really looks like a systematic dismantling of everything the Bears want to do.
You see, it's this perfect 1-2 punch. On defense, you have that elite pass rush just built to punish Williams' high-risk style. Then on offense, you have Love's super safe, controlled passing game that's designed to starve the Bears' defense of the turnovers it desperately needs to survive. The two things work together perfectly to just neutralize Chicago's entire path to victory.
So, what does this all add up to for the final score? Well, when you take all this data, the efficiency numbers, the pressure rates, these huge strategic mismatches, and you feed it all into the advanced models, they point to a very, very clear favorite. Yeah, based on everything we've looked at, the data projects a pretty comfortable double-digit win for Green Bay. The projected final score, 31-20.
The numbers are basically screaming that the Packers' efficiency is just going to be way too much for the Bears' high-variance style to overcome.
And that kind of leaves us with this one last really interesting question, right? In today's NFL, can that calculated chaos, that high-risk style, ever truly beat pure methodical efficiency? You know, the Bears style. It's exciting, it can produce some thrilling wins for sure, but the numbers, at least for this game, suggest that in a high-stakes rematch, the team with the more controlled, efficient plan, well, they hold the ultimate advantage. The only question left is, can chaos find a way to break the model? We're going to find out.